Welcome to the second session of auditing subject for the BBA sixth semester. This class will be learning about advantages of auditing. The essence of audit can be understood with the advantages it offers to the businesses, to the owners, and other stakeholders of the business. We have been witnessing tremendous increase in trade and commerce. The size of the business enterprise is bulging. The businesses are operating beyond geographical boundaries. With this, the technology, which has also grown, adding complexities to the nature of the business. The way the business operates have changed today from physical to virtual. Moreover, multinational companies operating beyond their geographical areas require reporting of business records in different contexts. Each country has its own rules and regulations. The legal provisions are ever increasing. The need for maintaining books of accounts for varied purposes, legal tax purposes, is widening. Businesses are hiring outsiders to maintain their books of accounts, which makes it more vulnerable for fraud and errors. The court judgments have also given scope for audit of business firms in order to tackle the frauds and errors, better use of public money, to ensure the social responsibilities of business is delivered. With all these things emerging in the business scenario, the audit activity has become a necessity today. Because of its varied advantages, audit has been made compulsory for a number of enterprises. For example, joint stock companies, registered cooperative societies, and in case of individuals and firms where tax audit is compulsory as per the Income Tax Act. Even for those where audit is optional, which is not compulsory for them, when they would go for auditing because of the advantages offered by the audit activity. Let us now understand what are the various advantages that are offered by auditing to varied parties. Let us first understand the advantages offered by the business. Advantages offered by the audit to the businessman or business. A business can be assured of the accuracy and correctness of the books of accounts. When a business is getting its books of accounts audited, it can be sure that the independent personnel who has come to verify their books of accounts shall go through in detail with all the documents, journal, ledger entries, posting, casting being verified, and arriving at the correctness of the profit and loss account results. The financial position of the reflected by the balance sheet is appropriately derived at. This will ensure that the books of accounts maintained by its accountants are free from errors or frauds, and thereby they can rest assured that the information contained are more reliable. Further, many business concerns are required to comply with varied legal requirements as stated by the Companies Act 2013 or Income Tax Act 1961 or other uh, government tools and regulations which require them to submit their accounts statements. These accounts and statements must be foolproof, authentic, and error free. Getting their accounts audited will help the businesses ensure that they comply with the legal requirement in a timely manner. As the books of accounts also get audited over a period of time, the auditor, who is an independent professional, will be going through in detail with all the documents, vouchers, journal entries, ledger account, totals, books, and thereby he will be able to detect and rectify any errors which may have occurred at the time of bookkeeping and accounting. And a due diligence or a diligent verification of accounts will help him detect frauds if there are any. This will help the business to manage their businesses better and make their operations error free or fraud free. As the audit is conducted in a periodical manner, interval, and arrival of an external personnel to verify the books of accounts will make the employees more careful and make them more vigilant, and they will be regularly recording, updating the records in a timely manner. And as they are aware that their work will be verified by an external personnel, they will be extra careful, and thereby it reduces the possibility of errors or frauds. Also, the moral fear which is created on the accounting staff because of the audit staff who are going to verify their documents, there are less likely chances that they will engage themselves in the fraudulent activities. Further, audit of business records will help the management to understand its current financial position and how it can plan for betterment in the future days to come. As the audited accounts are more reliable and authentic in data, the decision making is going to be more efficient and effective for its future business plans and strategies. An auditor verifies the entire system in which the books of accounts are recorded, accounted for, verified, and hence he will be able to identify the weak points of the internal check system or an internal control system within the organization. He will be able to guide the businesses to improve upon their internal check system and internal control system. As auditing auditor is required to follow the generally accepted accounting principles and auditing standards for the purpose of auditing, he will ensure that the financial statements prepared by the organization are in adherence with the principles, generally accepted principles and accounting standards, thereby ensuring uniformity and comparability of the financial statements over a period of time. Audited documents also facilitate easy procurement of loans as the bankers accept the audited account statements or financial statements as a valid document for the purpose of sanctioning loans. When a business gets its accounts audited, it automatically draws better reputation and public image, as it signifies that an auditor, external auditor, when he certifies an organization to have got clean documents, it automatically adds to its goodwill. Audited documents also are accepted as legal evidence, as an auditor is subject to audit the documents as per the professional um, rules and regulations as applicable to his profession as per the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, in adherence with the Companies Act 2013, in adherence to various other acts as applicable to the businesses. Hence, once an business financial statements are signed or reported by the auditor, this particular document will be treated as a legal evidence even by the court. Further, an audited financial statement will facilitate in valuing the business in case if the business is required to be valued for the purpose of sale. The audited documents or audited financial statements, the values quoted in the audited financial statements will serve as the basis for valuation of the business in case of determination of the value of the business. What are the advantages to the owners? As we see in the current day scenario, there is separation of ownership from the management. The owners are away from the business. They would always want to know that the money they have invested is safe, is utilized in a proper manner, and their interests are safeguarded. When an external auditor or an independent auditor verifies the books of accounts, the owners are assured that their interests are safeguarded. As the auditor verifies into the assets and liabilities, values the assets and liabilities of the business, he checks the expenses made by the business as against the vouchers. He thoroughly verifies the revenue generated by the business as against the documentary evidences. He assures the owners that the money invested by the owners have been utilized appropriately, authentically by the business with an intention to generate adequate revenue to the owners. The monies invested by the investors are invested, the money is invested into the assets and liabilities are also verified by the auditor before he submits his audit report. So not only the auditor verifies the documentary evidences as against the claims made related to purchase of assets or liabilities generated, he also makes a physical investigation which ensures that the investors' interests are safeguarded. Further, when it comes to the question of evaluation of the value of the firm, how the management has been working, whether they have been working proactively, whether their activities are in adherence to the promises made by them, whether the operations are carried out in the interest of the shareholders or the owners or not, the auditor's actions, the auditor's activity by evaluating the performance of the business will help the interested party to know whether the management has been working fine or whether the management has been actively participating in the management of the firm, whether they have been contributing to the success and growth of the firm can be evaluated. Further, in case of a partnership firm, an audited document can help and facilitate in sharing of profits amongst the partners, goodwill valuation whenever in case of admission, retirement, or death or dissolution can be easier when compared to easier when the firm's accounts are audited. In case of trusts, cooperative societies, the auditor can assure to the members of the trust that the money have been utilized appropriately by the committee. In case of trust, the beneficiaries' interests are safeguarded. The cooperative societies are doing justice to the members of the cooperative society, and thereby the operations of the enterprise can be carried on smoothly. Let us move on to the next one, where the advantages enjoyed by other stakeholders when the books of accounts are audited. Lenders and long term financiers depend on audited financial statements when they have to grant a credit or a loan to the business concern, as they can rest assured on the facts produced by the financial statements. The tax authorities also depend upon the audited statements in assessing various tax liabilities such as sales tax, income tax, wealth tax, etc. The government also uses the documents audited financial statements while granting subsidies to the business. Insurance companies also rely on audited statements to settle the claims in respect of damage or loss of any business asset by fire, theft, etc. It helps in ease of claim from the side of the business as well as settlement of claim from the side of the insurance company. Purchaser of business can also easily calculate the amount of purchase consideration as the audited accounts uh, assure him about the value of the assets and liabilities quoted in the financial statements. It becomes easy for him to evaluate as per the current standards applicable. Audited accounts gives a sense of confidence and a sense of trust in the minds of the investors so that their investments are safe and can motivate them for further investment in the said company. These are few of the advantages offered by the offered by the audit to the businessman, which makes it necessary, which has become a part of the regular business activity today. In the next class, we'll go through the objects or objectives of auditing, which are broadly classified as primary, secondary, and specific objective. Thank you.